welcome to Gary John's Journal, Chapter 9. For those of you who have been following this escapade of mine, you might notice it's been over a year since our last chapter. Well, we've had a lot of false starts, we've had some illness, we've had some weather issues, but the truth is, I lost my mojo. Stopped believing that I could keep going, but you know what happened? I had forgotten this. That's the truth. I had written last year, I put an entry into my Gary John's Journal, and I completely forgot it, and I read it last week. It sort of got me going again. I'm going to read it to you. Each episode reminds me of why I do it, giving voice in our tiny corner of the media world to those who deserve it, and so much more. To create, to bring into the material world those things that matter, that move us beyond the intractable realities into a realm that stirs a deeper life, a soul worth experiencing, worth expressing, worth knowing, certainly for our own sake, if not at least for a very few others. To pay the inevitable price and perhaps reap the not so inevitable rewards. That, I think, is the commonality that binds all of us who appear within this context here, who go to the trouble to try. So that is why we do it. I'm hoping to be able to enjoy those rich experiences side by side with many more artists, and for many more years to come. I am so thankful for the unyielding support of the crew, who in the end certainly seemed to understand the whole of it. Yeah, so I figured, what the hell, that put me into a bluesy mood. And my producer said, "Don't play that song, it's too long." And I said, "I don't care. Songwriters, they've got a longer attention span than 2 minutes and 3 minutes and all those media site things. I'm just going to play this song slow and long. I might be on my own, but I'm going to do it anyway." So here we go. It's called Molly Brown. It's a blues number. I ain't got time to mess around. I'm long in the tooth, and getting on. Pack your bags, follow me, Miss Molly Brown. I done gone and built that boat best I could. I'm gonna put her down in Big Muddy like I said I would. So pack your bags, follow me, Miss Molly Brown. We'll drift on down past sorghum, corn, and beans, sandy banks and pines, all the way to New Orleans. Pack your bags. Oh, Adam Harbison, come on, have a seat, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me how I feel. I've been on you your things and follow me down to the river, Molly Brown. Listen to me, girl, what I have to say. You wanna be with me, you better leave today, 'cause I ain't never heading this way again. Getting another world there, Adam Harbison. Man, oh man, I love the blues, Adam. You must have heard my cry, because I'll tell you what, that's just like sitting on the front porch and having somebody just walk in and, well, he looks,
Your guitar's walking away.
Well, no, I had my man Artemis take care of my guitar. He works for me. Did you see him?
No, I just saw the guitar just kind of just running.
Nobody took care of you. You must be a little nervous. I don't know. Hey, Artemis. Hey, make sure you put away that guitar, because I won't be needing that anymore. I got Adam Harbison here. He's going to play some guitar, so don't you worry. Want a little something to drink?
Yeah, I must be dehydrated or something.
Well, have some liquid death.
Where's?
Well, no, this is mine.
Well, yeah, I don't want to.
You got your own,
no
don't you?
offense.
Right there.
Oh, okay. Who put that there?
That's for you, of course.
It's already opened.
Yeah. Well, no, Artemis didn't spin it. Artemis fixed you right up.
Well, thank you, Artemis.
Ladies and gentlemen, he must be new to the game. I thought maybe you'd watch some of my other chapters, but Artemis is all over the place.
No, I only read the transcripts.
Okay. Well, looky here. You walking in like this reminded me, because my mood went from here to here, just seeing your face walking in. I don't know how you knew I was here, but sure enough. But it reminds me of the first time that I ever, had a conversation with you. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I came up to you and you had just played at an open mic and.
Yeah. So I remember it was at whenever they did the old open mic down at 7 with Roaming Home, and I always got there late because I had church earlier, and so I'd get done around 8 or 8:30, and then get there and then get done and go home, go to sleep, so I could go to work the next morning. But I went up, and I think it was probably the first time I ever played this song publicly. It was When That Train Leaves the Station, which is the last song off of my album that I put out. I guess it's almost 2 years at this point, which is very scary.
And let's just pause right there, ladies and gentlemen. Shades of Green. It's one fine album. If you want to hear some great music, that's it. I'm telling you, I love that album. But anyway, go on.
But this song probably would not have made it onto the album if it hadn't been for that night, because I played it, and it was one that was very personal to me and pretty somber. But you came up after and said, "Hey man, great song. Are you okay?" And so
I was worried about the young kid.
But it was that was a great way to meet you, and it just showed your heart for songwriters and for people. And so
yes. And as I remember, we exchanged. You had sort of a CD. It wasn't your album done yet,
no,
but you had some cuts on there. It was great, and ever since I've been a fan. So please, will you grace us with? I've got some favorites. So what are you going to play?
This one is one I know that you've said you've enjoyed before, and I write songs that are, I say, emotionally autobiographical, but not necessarily 100% true to life. And so this is a song about something I've never experienced, but I hope to in someday, about people who've been in a relationship for a long time, who give themselves a hard time but love each other regardless. So
now you must. Are you in realty? Because they always say, deemed to be accurate but not guaranteed. That's what you're saying.
That sounds
about your
about
song.
right.
Okay, well let's have it.
Okay, this one's called Sugar and Sand.
Oh, I love this one. Go on.
apart. Far from refined and less than divine, joined at the hip and the heart. The time-found taste, not worth much at face, two sides of an old ampersand. Abrasive to touch, no need for a crush. Babe, we're sugar and sand. There's days that you sure rub me wrong, but I've learned plenty, and there ain't a doubt that long over time, like all sweetest wines, rough edges slowly smoothed out. We're hard on each other, but softer as lovers, though some folks just can't understand how, like birds of a feather, we're still stuck together. Babe, we're sugar and sand. Sugar and sand, like a bird in the hand, is worth two more wherever you look. You drive me insane, and line do the same. You know every trick in my book. I wouldn't change a thing, though I can promise you ain't what I planned. But you're sweet to my strong, the right to my wrong. Babe, we're sugar and sand. I've heard about spice and everything nice, but ain't seen much of it from you. Ain't top of your class, but tender as glass, a window I like looking through. You got grit and moxie, you're still kind of foxy, more simmer than flash in the pan. And if life is a beach, then at least you're in reach. Babe, we're sugar and sand. Sugar and sand, like a bird in the hand, is worth two more wherever you look. You drive me insane, and line do the same. You know every trick in my book. But I wouldn't change a thing, though I can promise you ain't what I planned. But you're sweet to my strong, right to my wrong. Babe, we're sugar and sand. Yeah, you're sweet to my strong, the tune in my song. Babe, we're sugar and sand.
Oh, I tell you, Adam. So, what led to that song? I mean, how old is it? How new is it?
So I don't keep track of stuff like that, unfortunately. I know it's been written in the last 2 years.
A true songwriter.
Yes, but I don't even know why. I think it was after. It was probably honestly because where I was in the drive-thru of Taco Bell late at night.
Of course.
And so that means I was probably coming home from downtown Belleville. So it may have been even after singer-songwriter night or something at venue. But I was in the drive-thru, and I was thinking about, I don't even know why, but just how people kind of get at each other and things like that. And so It was kind of like a diet version of In Spite of Ourselves by John Prine. And think about things that are similar but different. And so sugar and sand are both abrasive, but definitely have different purposes and things like that. And I don't know if it was part of the thing where people get married and they have like the sand ceremony where they pour the different sands together or what, but I just thought it was a neat idea having two things that have similar qualities and that are very different, and you can have people that are like that.
Yeah.
You have a lot of things in common and a lot of differences, but still make it work anyway.
Perfect choice of just the analogy of sugar and sand. It's just, and boy, does it pop in the song. The lyrics are so good in this. That's the thing. You've got the empathy to, imagine what it would be like, even though you didn't have to experience that yourself all, exactly this one that way. And speaking of, I should make mention of, you brought up the singer-songwriter night.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to be host of a songwriters night. It comes every third Thursday at the venue on Main in Belleville. And I'll tell you what, now that I got my mojo back and Adam came flying into my life singing songs, my heart soars like a hawk again. There's a lot of songwriters there that I'm gonna bring them here. There's a lot of them because you've been there a couple of times, many times. And so third Thursday every month, venue on Main. Come on down. I'm the host. You just come sign up, and you can do a couple of songs, and it's a very, very beautiful environment. So let me just make that pitch.
Thank you.
Which reminds me, one time Adam here, he was sitting in the back. He was on the list. He knew he had like 2 or 3 more, and he came up and he did this song. And he said, "Well, I just finished this verse tonight, sitting there at the table before I came up." And I'm like, "Gee, that makes it hard on the rest of us."
Well, that doesn't mean it was good.
Oh, it was good. Believe me, it was good. Boy, oh boy. Let me ask you, are you one of these organized guys like me? You might have seen as my case was, Artemis was taking care of that. I had all these scraps of paper in the bottom of it, and it's like, oh yeah, that one song, and I'm flipping through and scribble scrabble. I don't know. You've seen that on album covers before, like, oh, it's so cool stuff. But that's really how I work. But do you like have a notebook? I've known guys and gals that they type it all up. And do you have all your songs?
It's pretty much all digital. So I just use my phone because you always have it with you. You can record voice memos if you want, or you can type it out. And so the bad thing is, it's kind of a similar situation. It's just inside of a neat little device. But I have this long-running document I call Words in Progress.
Okay.
And I'll have like different lines that kind of stick out to me, and it's just this long running dribble that's like 4 years old at this point. And if I find something that's good enough, I'll try to like copy it or cut and paste it into a different document, but then I don't put the right title on it. And so then I have to go through and search by individual lyrics and hope that it comes up. So it's same problem, just modern application.
Just a modern application. Okay, that's me. I prefer to just shuffle through the papers rather than getting lost in there. But
I have to
that's the age difference.
Yeah, I have to pay monthly to lose my songs.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I have to go down to the corner store to have paper to write on, and a pencil and a pencil sharpener. But oh man, that's funny. Okay, so in fact, I saw you on a solo gig just a week ago, I think it was, and a couple things I wanted to say. But one thing you told me, we were talking on your break, that you said sometimes you had electronically and you had trouble finding it because you had the wrong title or something.
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah, my titles get progressively shorter over time.
Yeah.
And they can totally change. Like I have a song called I wrote it. It's called The Dollar Song. It's from the point of view of a $1 bill.
I remember that.
And then I ended up changing it to Washington's Lament. I thought that was a little more provocative.
Yeah.
But it's still the dollar song in my.
It's the dollar song.
You know.
Oh, I have a song. Yeah, it's called "Come On Over," but my brother and everyone calls it the U-Haul song because there's a sign in it, a line in there about a U-Haul. But
that's what the parentheses are for.
That's it. That's what everyone remembers is not the title, maybe. Oh my gosh. Well, man, oh man. Another thing I noticed when I saw you play, and this has to do with your songwriting, and it's something that I want to try to work on myself, because I start off, I've got, some chords that I like, and then, you work really hard on the lyrics and stuff.
Mhm.
But I noticed that even, simple progressions, you would always put these embellishments in the way you play. And it just colors your songs so nicely. Or even cover songs that you were doing and stuff. But do you think about that when you're writing them? Or do you just get those lyrics perfect and then work it out?
It's pretty much always lyrics first.
Okay.
And you get lyrics, and then the rhythm of the lyric dictates how the melody flows, and the melody dictates the
Mhm.
chords.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish that I was more creative, I think, on the music side. It's one of those, I pretty much only perform solo whenever I'm doing my original stuff. And doing that, I feel like you have to fill in the space somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's where those embellishments come in. But it's a lot of just kind of like your campfire stuff. You're doing your hammer-ons and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff like that. And
Okay.
nobody's thrown a tomato or a rock at me yet, so it's working out okay.
We don't allow them on songwriter night.
That's
we,
good,
We
yeah.
frisk people at the door. Hey, what's that tomato? You get out.
No,
No need for that.
only
No,
pretzels.
it's not that kind of audience, I tell you what. Well, enough yakety yak, right? Do you have another song? Have you written more than that one?
Unfortunately. But yeah, this one, actually I have a capo.
Oh,
Here.
okay.
Oh yeah. See if I stay in tune. But there we go. Make sure I'm in the
I
right
used to
key.
think capos were cheating, and boy, was I wrong. about
Me
that.
too.
Yeah.
I've been cheating for a long time. But this one I wrote, actually, it was in the aftermath of my great uncle Elmer passed away. I think it was 2 years and some change at this point. And then my great uncle Robert passed away not long after that. But my uncle Elmer, after his wife passed, he had a letter and a poem that he wrote for his family. And his daughter read it at the funeral service. It just really touched me. And so after that, it's just kind of just like an epitaph or something. It's one of those. I write about death a lot. I don't know if people realize that. I try to keep the songs upbeat, but
I have folders full of death
Mhm.
songs. It's the good stuff.
it's one of those things where it's I don't know. It's something that I think about a decent amount. It's not even the dying part. It's the not finishing what I started. I think that's kind of what it is.
Oh, I've heard this song before. Let me think. I think I'm going to be crying by the end of this, but you go ahead, keep the camera over on him, and I'll be all right.
See, that's the right key. Okay,
Okay.
all right. This
Gotta
is
know
called.
where to put it, right?
That's right. When I'm dead and gone. I'm not used to being. See, I'm usually tuned down half a step,
There
and
you
so
go.
that throws me off. But this one's called "When I'm Dead and Gone."
All right.
When I'm dead and gone, put my ashes in the ground. Turn to the dust I used to be. As long as you're standing, I'll never let you down. So when I'm dead and gone, put my ashes in the ground. And when I'm dead and gone, give my ashes to the wind. Set this body like my spirit into flight. If this life is good, then it's surely bound to win. So when I'm dead and gone, give my ashes to the wind. This life is but a vapor, a gentle final breath, a simple song that echoes in the air. But the greatest comfort passing from this world is knowing that I had you standing there. So when I'm dead and gone, don't expect me to return, just to a better place that I have left. The battle of that earth is the only place I'm burned. So when I'm dead and gone, don't expect me to return. The bottom of that earth is the
man, I'll tell you what, that's exactly what I was talking about. I didn't know what you were going to play next, but that rich guitar playing, it takes a beautiful song and just, launches it up in the air. You have such a nice touch the way you play. And so nice. Well, good job, my friend. I am proud to count myself as one of your buddies, a comrade, and I'm so glad I ran into you. Before you go,
Yes, sir.
I've got the tradition here of Gary John's journal, and we love it if you just write a little something in there, for posterity, and just take your time. And I'm gonna go find Artemis and see if he tuned up my guitar for me and all that. And thank you so much for just walking in. I don't know how you knew, but you can probably tell. I just went from dark to light. So thank you again, and I'll catch you on the flip side.
Yes, sir.
All right. Artemis?